At this point, a machine known as a personified enthusiastic touching extraction robot, or Peter for short, fondles the tea for freshness. By this point, the machines within the factory have become sentient and seek to perform their duties in an endless cycle to try to find purpose in life. Sometimes even doing so in other factories. Now, the chocolate is in a very delicate state, to which even the smallest disturbance can ruin the batch. The employees are very careful to— What are you doing, Peter? Candle making is a very free-form process and can involve scalding your hand on a set of hot wax sprinklers, if you have no idea what you're doing. As the toothpicks spin through a sifter to remove broken ones, guests touring the factory are welcome to test their endurance with a good old-fashioned toothpick squeeze. Peter here, thanks to his experience with chocolate, is the reigning champion, able to do this without bleeding. Perfect toothpicks are given this depressing treatment because just how excited can anyone really be about toothpicks? Beer is a fermented beverage that you can hold in the palm of your hand. Black beer powder is added to the water after being fondled by a notorious beer pervert to enhance its flavor. Oh god, what the hell is happening? Why is he smelling that? I don't think that guy even works here. After making sure every employee touches the tofu, they package it with some spices to try to help make it edible. The soybean coffins are loaded into a soybean morgue, which is open to the public for anyone to fondle. Whatever beans don't end up on the factory floor in this sloppy operation end up in a collection tank. A mysterious Spanish employee named Pedro insisted on washing his fingernail gunk off in the same collection tank as the coffee plants. The beans continue to soak in a combination of 50% water, 50% part guest fluids, until they— oh hey, it's Pedro again. You know, on second look, his mustache looks kinda fake. That's a bit weird. Most people are shocked, embarrassed, and even diuretic when they find out the secret behind the gummy worm shape. They don't use a mold. Instead, they go into this white stuff that has been molded into a gummy shape. This stuff is a cornstarch mineral oil blend, which is entirely moldable to make any gummy shape you want, even a gummy hand, demonstrated by this plucky worker who's all about touching everything on the assembly line. Wait, I don't think he works here. The cornstarch— The rice is then sheared between two rubber rollers to remove the husks. This process is done behind the safety of— oh my god, Peter, what the hell are you doing? You could have killed us all, Jesus. Sometimes, a local thief will sneak into the factory after having stolen a brand new iPhone. To reward himself for a job well done, he will fondle an orange. Next, Peter got himself a big scoop, and he wants to show it to you. The only other ingredient is sugar. This much sugar is the amount used for just one ice cream. After about 3 minutes of mixing, this batch has been deemed a failure, and is sealed away for eternity, protecting all of mankind. This worker here has a death wish. This cereal would be delicious if Peter could resist getting his grubby hands all over them. How has he not been fired yet? The pink spaghetti falls into a holding vat, where Peter is given his designated 30 seconds where he's allowed to touch the product, lest he become greedy and consume with touch envy. The pink spaghetti, which has actually been colored and flavored dough this whole time, haha I got you, moves to a tumbler to break the strands into tiny pieces. A worker pulls out samples by hand to inspect their quality and coloring. This is the absolute limit to which the sprinkles should be touched. A nozzle sprays a mixture of confectioner's glaze and edible wax to the— oh my god, Peter, stop! Peter, stop! You've already touched the sprinkles earlier, Peter. For the love of God, stop! You're gonna compromise the batch! Someone help! Peter's violating company regulations! Help! All the shades of brown are mixed together to create a batch to be sent to an optometrist office. Peter, no! Why? No, Peter! Why, Peter? Why? Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Once the sprinkles have been mixed, it's onto the sprinkle filling machine, which uses a jet of air to rinse the inside of the bottles with the different sprinkles. Then it's onto the capping machine, which we all wish was just more footage of the filling machine. Then it's off to the labeling area, where various warnings about how much the sprinkles have been fondled are applied to the bottle. The only rule of being a beekeeper is to not directly touch the bees. Don't worry folks, this man is actually a fireman, not a beekeeper. Workers then lay on grated cheddar cheese with their bare hands, feeling each and every bit of cheese that goes onto the sandwich to ensure that it is properly shredded. The slices go off to the assembly line where they are then added to the sandwiches. Barehandedly, of course, for an added salty flavor. Back at the factory, workers again use their bare, unwashed hands to flip and sort the sandwiches. To conclude, here's a rare interview with a factory employee on why they all elect to not wear gloves during the sandwich assembly process.
I know it sounds crazy, but whenever I touch these sandwiches, and you're gonna laugh at me, you're gonna think I'm nuts, you're gonna think I'm crazy. When I touch these sandwiches, I feel the hands of every person who's touched them before me and after me. And I feel this jolt of like friggin' lightning or something from my head to the tip of my you-know-what. Sometimes while I'm grabbing these sandwiches with my bare hands, I just can't help but throw my head back in ecstasy and moan. So whenever I go out and talk to chicks, the chicks say to me, "What do you do?" And I say, "Yes, I do grab sandwiches with my bare hands at a factory." And don't laugh at me. I feel like a spirit, like an orb, shoot through my body every time I grab a sandwich. You know, a lot of people laugh at me, they beat me up, they give me black eyes, they broke my nose 4 times, you know, because I just like to make sandwiches and I get bullied about it, and I get bullied for it. And they pull my underwear up and doo-doo feces does fall out because of how hard they pull. But will I stop grabbing sandwiches with my bare hands and moving them down the assembly line? Absolutely freaking not, if you know what I mean. Like, no, the answer is no way. This is the only thing that brings my life joy. And you can beat me up, you can threaten to kill me, you can dox me, you can come to my house in a black SUV. I'm not gonna stop doing this. I love the people of this country, I love giving them soggy sandwiches, and no, I'm not gonna stop.